Okay, so I'll get back to that. If you haven't seen part 1, please check out part 1 of what is narcissism. Right, so we're talking about what people do. So ransacked my shed, stole my stuff, went inside of my house. In my mudroom, I had all this stuff sitting there, and he'd stolen a lot of it. So that was really, really annoying. And after that, I didn't see him at all, right? It was a platonic relationship. We were mates, into the same sort of stuff, farming and propagating. But they lie. Oh, they are so... If they could get a Grammy Award, right, they will tell you, oh, I love farming. Starting again. You'll tell them, I love farming, I like, propagating, I love building, I love just anything that progresses your life. And they'll say, me too. I like farming and propagating and progressing. And you'll go, wow, we're so similar. No, they're like cuttlefish. Not the cuddle part, right? They're cuttlefish. They will mimic whatever you are to hook into you so that you think that you got something in common with them. So if you're like acting like a gangster bro, they'll be like acting like a gangster as well. And if you're like, very humble and sweet, they'll act like that as well. They'll try and match you. They will always be like a mirror to you. I mean, I know that can be kind of a normal thing, right? You hang out with your druggy, partying people, you'll kind of act in a certain way. You go to church, you don't act like that. That's kind of normal. But I mean on like a really, really evil level, they will match your personality because they have no personality of their own. It's kind of been lost in everyone else's personality. They don't really know what they are anymore, perhaps. So I noticed when I was very young, I was really becoming very narcissistically based in my mind, right? And I met someone and they just would not shut up about themselves. And I went, holy shit, is that what I sound like? And this shit's gonna get switched up real quick. So I stopped, right? I changed myself. Very, very hard to do, and I still struggle with it. And I'm becoming more empathetic and less self-absorbed. Look, see? She's totally gang stalking me. She's like hurting me. Okay, so I'm getting less self-absorbed and stuff. But it's really hard, especially when you're young and you watch all these shows and music and movies just saying, I want money, I want to get laid, I want all the fancy stuff in life. And I wanted that. I really want it, apart from the getting laid part. But money and quality shit, I was really excited for that. And so I realized one day, I'm like, okay, I saw this, this is actually kind of what triggered my mind, right? To realize that we don't actually need everything. I saw a shirt like this, really similar, except it was a bit tighter fitted, in Anaconda. And they had like a summer sale, and it was 50% off. It was like $100. And I'm like, oh, I really want that. And I just had my birthday, so I had $100, which is, my mum just was like, here's cash, just take it. I'm not even going to think about what to get you because it's going to be wrong no matter what I do. So she'd given me some money to spend, and I was really excited for that, and I thought, oh, I'll buy that, right? And then I was going through some of my old stuff, and I saw this, and it was actually Mum's from before, and it had stains all over it, and I'm like, oh, I'm better than that. Anyway, something happened, and I had to spend the money elsewhere, and so I thought, oh, that's really shitty, I don't know what I'm going to do with it now. And I thought, oh, what do I do with this? I'll just kind of, I guess I'll bleach it. So I bleached it, and it came out a beautiful white, and I'm just like, kind of realised like, oh shit, we don't need this just stuff. And now if it is more than $10, it is not getting bought by moi, right? Because you work so hard. I mean, I started calculating. I'm like, hang on, if I get $15 an hour for working my guts out, I'd done some time helping some friends. I actually didn't get paid for it because the boss was an absolute douchebag, but I still worked and calculated how much I should have gotten, which was like $15 an hour, working at a horse racing farm. bloody atrocious, I tell you. Atrocious, the way those poor animals are kept. Anyway, I'll probably make another video out of that, right? And I realised that, hang on, so if I'm getting $15 an hour, I'm getting like $90 a day. I was going to pay more than a day's salary for a shirt, which I already had a very, very, very similar one of. And that kind of triggered something in my mind, which made me kind of less self-absorbed. And people, I think, have to have that experience in life, right, where they learn how to be less self-absorbed. So that's my experience, my personal experience with my own narcissism and how I dealt with it. Probably the wrong word to use, because narcissism is like, I think, unchangeable, but my self-absorption, right? That was my dealing with it. And it's very hard, and I don't think narcissists can change. That's what I think. I really don't know if they can change, because I've met some people and it's like they have a cycle of narcissism. Like, they'll be really, really nice when you first meet them. They'll be really douchebaggy, and then they'll be like, when they trying to make up for it, right? Which is like the cycle of abuse, same sort of theory. They'll be really lovely when you meet them. They act like narcissistic douchebags, not even abusive, just douchebags. And they'll come around with dinner and like some sort of ornament or something, like a necklace, a body ornament, and they'll be really sorry, and then they'll act like normal, what you perceive as their normal, and then they'll be a douchebag, and you think, oh, they're being a bit of a dick, or maybe they just had a bad day, right? They go through these cycles because they don't know how. Sorry, my dog. I'm literally trying to find somewhere that she's not at. Hang on, I've got to stop this for a second. Okay, so they will go through these cycles because they don't know how to hold an actual relationship, like I said before in the first video. They don't know how to hold relationships. So that's how you can look for certain signs in people, right? So what is narcissism? It is someone who is self-absorbed, acts like a damn toddler, literally can only think of themselves. Whatever they do is to benefit them and them only. And they might do something nice for you. It might seem like they're helping you, mow your lawn, for instance. But maybe they've got an agenda behind it. Well, if it's a narcissist, there's definitely an agenda behind it. Right, so that's the three main things of narcissism. The next thing is that they are very, how do you say it? They're kind of evil in the way that they do things, right? They don't know how to hold a relationship. They don't know how to properly hold a conversation, because you'll think they're really charismatic and they're very fun to be around, but then you'll realize that they're only talking about what they want to be talking about. As soon as you talk about something you want to talk about, they want nothing to do with it, and they'll literally ignore you until you stop talking and they can start talking about what they are interested in. That's complete narcissism. They'll mimic you, right? That's another very narcissistic trait, is they will mirror however you act. If you're a very sweet, submissive person, they'll kind of, well, not that they mirror you, but they kind of know what you want, right? Mirroring is a very common thing that they do, right? So if you're acting tough and kind of gangster and thuggy, they'll do the same, so that you think you got that in common, right? Or if you are a single mum with 2 kids and you got nowhere to live, they'll be the white knight in shining armour who is really lovely and really nice, right? They'll be what you need and what you want, or they will mirror your personality, because I think narcissists don't have a personality. That's something. I truly believe that, right? Because they are so self-absorbed that they never find themselves, right? Now, if you're young, you don't really get what that means, but it happens when you're 15 to 20, right? In those years, atrocious years, you find yourself through stupid actions and dumb mistakes. You really realise what you want in life. Like, when I was 12, I thought I wanted to be a gothic emo. Really bad. You should have seen it. I had like the whole fringe thing going on. I thought that's what I wanted, right? I didn't even know anything about God. I mean, obviously I knew about God, but I didn't know the truth about it. And now that I'm aware and I've been awoke to it, I really realised that's what I want to be. I found my path. But it's hard to find your path if you don't kind of have a little squiggle around. The path is wide, but the way is narrow, right? It's very difficult. Same sort of thing with narcissists. The path is really wide, but being a decent person is really hard shit. It's really hard. So I don't think they have a personality, right? That's what I don't believe. Because I don't believe that they have ever been able to stop thinking about themselves for 5 minutes and realise what they are inside of themselves. And in that way, I really pity them. I truly pity those people because they're never going to be satisfied within themselves. That's why they are always going out to people. They're very social creatures. They're always around people. They love having like lots of visitors, and they've always got somewhere to go and someone to meet, and are always late for something because it makes them feel important, right? But they never just stop and go, where is this getting me? Where am I going in life? And then they get old and their appearances fade and they end up not so good in their lives. So that's like from their point of view, you can feel sorry for them, but then they do some horrible things to people, so it's kind of hard at the same time to pity them. So that is what narcissism is. Self-absorbed, toddler acting. People that will mirror and act exactly how you want them to for a certain amount of time because they can only hold it for so long, right? Thank you for watching. This is my opinion on what is narcissism, part 2. Hopefully you watched part 1, only because I can only do 15-minute videos because, frankly, there's not enough up here to realise the technology on how to work YouTube, to how to get verified. I don't know how to do it. So, well, if I didn't work on the farm all day, I'd have time to figure it out, but I damn well can't be bothered. So I'll stick to 15-minute videos. So thank you for watching. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Aishalok42, Facebook, Aishalok. And this is Aisha's Creed. Thank you for watching. I'm out.